Hello everyone! I am back for another fabulous video to show with you guys some more samples, and this time I'm going to be stamping. So I am going to make the two projects that I'm doing for my girls' night out. So whether you don't live nearby or you just can't attend, then you can still participate in Girls' Night Out. I have left the hostess code in the description box. I didn't leave a link so that you can start shopping. I will add that once I'm done here, but I do have that hostess code. So you can shop with that hostess code all day today and tomorrow. And whenever you use that hostess code, then you will actually get these two cards sent to you. So you still get the projects from Girls' Night Out. Of course, we miss stamping with you, but that's why we have these lives. So I'm going to stamp with you here, and we're going to do these two projects live. So I'm so excited to show you these two. These are two of the suites that are in the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. So first we're going to start with this one, and I'm actually going to show you the sample that I'm going to do now is actually, I'm going to use a different ribbon just to kind of mix it up and see which one looks better. So you guys can all vote on that. So this one actually uses the tree set, which is Beauty of Friendship. And this one has this beautiful tree. These two go together. I can't wait to stamp this for you and show you on camera how detailed and stunning these two images are. And they're super simple to be able to stamp layered together. So don't freak out about that. And of course, there's these two trees. And like you could do these smaller trees on this one, or you could always do that big tree like I did for this. So you can kind of do your tree however you wish with either one. And that's kind of cool because then you can have totally different looks for each one. And with that two-step stamping, you can easily do it in different colors to create a fall look, to create a wintry look, to create a spring-summer look, anything like that. So that makes it super easy with those two-step stamping images to be able to add those different colors. And of course, there's these beautiful greetings too. I love that scrolly font and everything with those. There's also coordinating dies that go with this. So you can see here are the coordinating dies. These two labels fit like the thinking of you, thank you, hello, and those things. This tree actually die cuts this stamp. And then of course we have this outline and this outline. So there's these two outlines that go with, these are actually not at full size. They're at 90%. So that's why it doesn't look like it matches. But then it goes on these two. So the other thing I wanted to show you about these two is, because sometimes you get these dies and you're like, what the heck is that for? So there's the cute little birdies. There's also a bigger tree. Oh, I'm sorry. This one actually goes on that one. And then there's this bigger tree with the tree outline, both an outline for a solid as well as this fun textured weird one. So let me show you this sample. So you can see how there's that outline, and then there's the tree trunk and branches, and then there's this funky like overlay to add that extra texture. And of course the little birdie who has the little eye and wing with the texture of the die. But how cool is that? This is actually a swap card from Amy's Stories. So thank you, Amy, for this beautiful card. And that's that label down there on the bottom. This is all, if you're looking at the catalog, this is all on page 10 and 11. So you can see there's this fabulous set. And you can bundle and save whenever you get the dies and the stamps together, so you can save 10%. And then, of course, don't forget this beautiful paper. I do have it sitting out, and you can check that out in the last video that I did where I showed off my displays. So I have this beautiful paper, and you can use that to die cut with these images and then get that fun, like, fall look without having to stamp it or recreate that. So here's some other samples that are in the catalog. You can see that there. And then that tree with the overlay. The designer series paper is stunning as it is too. So super, super awesome. There's also, you can get this whole suite, Beauty of the Earth, and just use the one code rather than having to enter all of the items. And whenever you get that, then you get all of these together. Okay, so that was on page 10 and 11. Let's get started with these. So I actually didn't use the dies for this card. I did a super quick and simple card. This uses a note card and envelope, so real quick and simple. So we're just gonna fold that in half. Thought I could easily grab that bone folder, but I have such a stack of mess in front of all of my stuff that it was a little harder to dig out. Okay, so little note card and envelope, and we're just gonna do some basic stamping. There's no adhesive or layers or anything. I have Early Espresso for my tree trunk, Soft Succulent, that beautiful new in color, and Evening Evergreen, another fabulous in color. So I actually stamped the top of the tree first and then worked my way down with that tree trunk because I didn't want to stamp my tree trunk perhaps too tall and then my tree would fall off the top of my card. So instead I'm almost like working my way top to bottom. So I'm going to start with this solid, the more solid outline image. Actually, it's not really an outline. It's more solid. The solid image. Should have just stopped with that. So I'm inking that up in the Soft Succulent, the lighter shade. And we're just going to stamp this in the middle. In the middle, side to side, but then towards the top. And look at how textured and amazing that already looks with just the one image. So you can see it's got that light look, the dark look. It just baffles my mind at how they can make stamps that have so much texture and dimension to them. Like, how amazing is that? So that is stamped once, Soft Succulent, with the more solid outline image. Why do I keep saying outline? It's not really the outline. But I guess since this is the inner one, then it's kind of an outline. I don't know. I guess I'm just out to confuse you guys all. Oh, my comments aren't scrolling. Hi, Amy. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day as well. Mary, welcome back again. I'm not in camera when I stamp. Whoops, sorry. And there's always a delay. I do hate whenever I do that versus just doing it directly on my phone. When I have the two cameras, then there's a delay. So then I always kind of miss out on what exactly I'm doing. So I apologize for that. Thank you for the heads up. So now I'm going to do the smaller detailed image, and this is going to be in the darker color, and this is the Evening Evergreen. And the only piece that you really need to line up is this top tip. I found that like the rest of it doesn't really matter. There is no perfect lining up or anything, but you don't necessarily want two tips on the top of your tree. So if anything, just line up those two tips. And stamp down. So now you have those like 3 shades with 2 stamps. How cool is that? The detail on that is just absolutely stunning. And so now I'm just going to take the smaller branch and ink that up in Early Espresso. Pop my little tree branches on there. Add a little happy hello. And for this one, I'm actually going to use some of this new Soft Succulent ribbon. So we're just going to put that to the inside of the card and left over right, right over left for that perfect knot that lays flat. And we'll trim off our tails. Okay, so there we have our quick and simple note card. Let me pull this one out of the plastic so you can see them side by side. So this one I actually used some of that Early Espresso faux suede ribbon. So it actually goes with the tree trunk a little bit more. This one I feel like it's a little bit lighter by using that lighter ribbon. So let me know, which one do you guys like better? Do you like the suede ribbon, or do you like the sheer ribbon that makes it like a little bit softer, I feel like? Hi, Gloria. You could totally do that in white. And then it would give that snowy look. Like, I think it would be gorgeous with all seasons, to make a snowy look, to make an evergreen for Christmas time, to do fall trees and do your yellows and oranges and reds and stuff. There's so many different color combinations. I'm thinking almost like a pumpkin pie and cherry cobbler, or a mango melody and cherry cobbler, maybe even real red. Like, there's so many wonderful things that you can do with that. You like the suede better? The suede or on Night of Navy? Yeah, that would look really good because it would really make it pop a little bit more. You could do like a stepped up card where you added this same concept to a Night of Navy card base. So yeah, cast your vote whether you like the soft suede ribbon or the succulent ribbon. And I am going to clean up my ink pads and get ready for the next one. The next one has flowers in it, so you guys know how much I love flowers. Let's set all of these aside. So the next card is this one here. I do think the suede does look a lot more masculine. I feel like it looks a little bit more elegant with this one, whereas this looks like a more masculine card. So I would agree with that. Hi, Liz. I know you don't like ribbon. The light green would be your pick. Well, that's fabulous. I know you don't like ribbon, but I will bring you to my side because I love ribbon. And so together I'll teach you how to tie knots and bows and stuff, and then you'll like it too, I promise. Okay, so then this one, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out of the plastic. I just feel like there's too much of a glare and it's annoying. So this one uses that beautiful paper. It's got like all the pastels and like, I don't know, they're like floral and pastel and just absolutely gorgeous. And this stamp set I love because, one, it's got a fabulous scrolly font. You guys know I love that. It's got flowers. You guys know I love that. But the dies that coordinate are to die for. Okay, so that is this stamp set, Color and Contour. And you're absolutely amazing. Like, come on, that's just the greatest happy mail card that you could make. But look at these dies. So this biggest one has this scallop with the pop out. The next one has a scallop with a dot. Then the next one has a scallop with like a dash mark. Then the next one has a scallop with like a indentation line. So it's like one of those like line, dot, line, dot, line, dot, that sort of thing. And then the smallest one is a scallop with actual like holes. And that's the one that I used for the greeting. Of course, then there's the two flowers, and then there's this border scallop dot image as well. So you can bundle and save 10% when you get these two together. And you can see that these dies coordinate with those, and then the two flowers here. Super, super fabulous. That is on page 98 if you're looking at the catalog. So you can see I did the dot label here, and then I have those little dots that kind of fill in the corner a little bit more. I wonder which designer series paper. Okay, so I actually picked one with the same designer series paper. I did 2 of these with 2 different patterns from that same pack, and both of them are absolutely stunning. So, and then on the inside of the card, I did this. So it says, "Here for you now and in better days ahead." So that goes on the inside. But for my sample on the table, I actually just put this, instead of adhering it to the inside yet, I just put it on the back in that plastic little sleeve, just so that everybody could see it without having to open up the plastic sleeve. So let's get started on this one. So this uses the Pale Papaya cardstock. So I use that as my card base here. So I'm just going to fold that in half. The light would look better with a soft succulent underneath. Yeah, that would make it pop a little bit more, I think, and add so much to it. Like I try to do like simple basic cards sometimes, and then other times I'm like, that's too simple. I need to like add more layers or more embellishments or more fun to it. So I sometimes struggle with like the super detailed ones, but I also struggle doing, you know, simple cards as well. So I definitely go back and forth with that. Sometimes I almost do the card like 3 times and just slowly step it up a little bit more, just to see that variation of how, like, which one do I like the most? Do I like the most detailed one? Do I like the middle one that's a little bit of both? Or do I really like the simple card the best? So first I'm adding the designer series paper. This is a piece of designer series paper that measures 3 3/4 by 3. And I just added that to a piece of Pool Party measuring 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to take that polka dot or spotty speckled image from the Color and Contour stamp, and I'm actually going to ink that up in Pool Party. And I'm just going to stamp it like 1, 2, 3 without going back to the ink. So I'm going to stamp it directly on to my cardstock and just sort of go up. So it's like dark to light. And now I'm going to add my ribbon. This is some of the new Pale Papaya ribbon. This is not a ribbon that I would probably tie a knot in because it is kind of thick and wide, but it's that perfect ribbon to use as like a stripe or a covering piece. So this looks nice, but I want to add that ribbon right there so that it blends from the designer paper to the cardstock so much smoother and gives that like distinct separation. So I'm just going to add a little dab of adhesive right there, pop my ribbon down. Plus it saves on ribbon if you're not wrapping it all the way around. And then on the back side, one of the things that I like to do whenever I'm using chunky ribbon is use tear and tape, because I feel like it's more secure and it's going to help hold my card together better. It's probably all in my head, but it makes me feel better. So I'm just adding a little bit of tear and tape on both ends. One of the other things is a lot of times I use Stampin' Dimensionals on a layer that has some ribbon, so that if it does have that like chunky look, then I don't have to worry about it because the dimensionals will help like mask that. But whenever I don't use dimensionals, because I use dimensionals on the label, then I just use a little bit of tear and tape to make sure it's nice and secure and flat. So we're just going to add this to the card front. And then I have that fabulous label to be able to add my greeting to. And then on the inside, we are going to do Pale Papaya, and we're going to do that large flower, which is this one here. And I will say I'm actually going to leave the greeting off of this one because I'm going to use it for a Mother's Day card. So whenever I was doing Girls' Night Out yesterday morning, then went a little off the table or onto the table. Then I had so many asking about Mother's Day greetings. So I got out some Mother's Day greetings to be able to use. And I thought, oh, this is totally going to be my Mother's Day card that I'm going to make because I still need Mother's Day cards. So I've sent out 2 Mother's Day cards to my sister-in-laws who I won't be seeing this weekend. So those are already in the mail. Those were actually leftovers from last year, so hopefully they weren't duplicates to last year's. And they don't notice that. And if they do, I apologize. But yeah, I still need more Mother's Day cards for those that I will be seeing this weekend. And that's what this card is going to be. You love the flower card? Well, Liz, lucky for you, you actually get to make both of these cards tonight when you come to Girls Night Out. I can't wait to see you tonight. You like the way I tape the ribbon on the back? Yeah, it just helps secure it so it doesn't pull out at all. And a lot of people always ask me if I like secure my ribbon on the front. And I just add a little dab, just enough so that whenever I flip it over to secure it on the back, it's not like flopping all over the place. So I don't like put a whole strip or like super secure it because 1, it's secured on the back, and 2, this label is going to go over the front and it's going to help secure it as well. So I'm not that concerned about it. I just want to add a little dab so that it stays in place as I flip it over, that sort of thing. Hi, Carol. Welcome. So excited to have you join in. So yeah, those are the 2 cards for Girls Night Out that I am doing. I showed a video earlier this morning and showed off some of the displays and everything that I have for Girls Night Out. So you can check that one out. These, of course, are the projects for Girls Night Out. If you aren't local or you can't attend, you can still participate in Girls Night Out. I have left a hostess code in the description box of this video. You can place an order anytime today through the end of the day tomorrow, and you will get these 2 projects sent to you. So you can still have fun and enjoy all of that with Girls Night Out. Of course, I also have the catalogs. I can send you a catalog with a bookmark. I have a few bookmarks left. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can still get a catalog, but I do still have some bookmarks left too. So just shoot me a message if you would like me to send you a catalog. I'd be happy to do that. And of course, stay tuned. I have a lot of videos planned for coming up that are just showcasing more product, more stamping, certain sweets and things like that. If there's something specific that you would like to see me do, then just let me know. I'm always up for suggestions because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do. But of course, I always want an excuse to get on and chat with all of you guys because I love stamping with all of you and talking to you and everything. So I'm super excited about that. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked that tape idea. See, it's so weird that some of the things that I feel like I do on the regular, I don't think to share with you guys because I think it's silly or unnecessary or something like that. But you just never know the little tips and tricks that you do while stamping that are super helpful to others and things like that. So I do try to do a lot on camera and share those tips and tricks because I feel like there's always something that you can take away from watching me stamp and stuff. So I hope that's always the case. Sweet baby is sleeping. He is doing very well. Thank you for asking, Carol. He is doing very well and thriving. He's a little chunker, which just makes me want to smooch all over him even more. And sometimes I feel like he's like, Mom, leave me alone. But it's not going to stop me because I'm going to do it as much as I can until he's like old enough to actually say, Mom, stop. So yes, he's definitely enjoying all of the snuggles and everything. We are actually having him baptized this weekend, and I'm super excited about that. So we're baptizing him on Mother's Day, and we actually did Claire's baptism on Father's Day. So it's kind of sweet to have both of them have those special days and everything. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, those are the 2 projects. Don't forget also that the free stamp set of the month is the Best Chapter stamp set, and that one is on page 40. Let me show you that one. So anyone who orders $75 or more through me will get this Best Chapter stamp set for free. It's just my little way of giving back to my customers as a little thank you and everything. So yeah, that's this stamp set here. I thought that it was very appropriate with the like the graduation and like the retirement and stuff like that as we get into spring, summertime and things like that, and traveling and like I said, like with graduations and all of that as we move into the next chapter of our lives with some people. Some people, I guess, like my chapter is just having a baby. No school for me. I don't think you could pay me to go back to school. Yeah, I'm definitely like done with that, and I'm not going back. Never say never, but I'm just gonna say I'm not going back right now. So yeah, I do love the love graduations though. They always make me tear up. I don't know. It just seems like such a monumental point in your life. But I also cry at weddings and stuff like that too. So maybe I'm just a sap or something. But yeah, so that is the free stamp set of the month for May. And I'll get those sent out once they arrive to me. So those won't actually come with your order. It'll come from me. So that is everything that I have today for the girls' night out. Of course, if you have any questions on anything, then let me know. Otherwise, love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I love chatting with you guys. I'm off to put the toddler down for a nap and probably feed the baby. So my time here is up. Have a great day. And of course, if it's raining or storming around you, then stay safe and dry with that. It just started raining here and got all gloomy and gross out. But I'm staying inside, so I don't have to worry about that. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.